everyone, this is HJJ Halloween, and today I am back, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about my hallway number 2 concept art. Now, I know that this video has been heavily requested for quite some time, and I really do appreciate that a lot of you have been so excited and waiting for me to talk more about my own haunted display. That actually really means a lot to me, guys, because it makes all the work that I put into it much more worth it, and it makes it a lot more exciting for me to do as well. So as you can see on the screen here is the full image of the hallway 2 concept art. I'll zoom in on certain places as I go ahead and dig in and talk about it, but what I do want to start with saying is that you won't be able to find the hallway 1 concept art video on my channel anymore. I did take it down because it's actually inaccurate to what we're going to really be doing in that hallway. A lot of stuff has been changed around since then, and I will go ahead and just start off by addressing what hallway 1 is looking like it's going to be as of now. Now, if you have seen my hallway 1 concept art, you'll probably remember that I told you I was planning on buying a bunch of cocoon corpses for the first hallway, and I did get a lot of heat in the comments for that, asking me why in the world I would do that and that it was a huge waste of my money, but I have ended up changing my plan around for the cocoon corpses, and now I am planning on putting them into an area that is going to require less of them, but still, I think, really be an awesome display. And what I want to do is hang them in the tree out front of my house. Now, if you haven't seen any of my haunt displays from previous years, then go ahead and check those out. I know that I do have a lot of new people with me this year, and that is absolutely amazing. But go ahead and check those out so you'll know what I'm talking about from here on out. And the tree in front of my house, I normally just put some orange string lights around it. But this year, instead, I think I'm going to spider web it out, put a bunch of the spider webs from branch to branch, and then also include 3 or 4 cocoon corpses hanging from the tree. Now, I think this decked out spiderweb tree would look absolutely awesome with a couple black lights on it, and that would probably mean no orange string lights on it this year, which is a little disappointing because I think those give off a classic Halloween look. Hopefully, I can incorporate them somewhere else in my yard display, but that's besides the point. I think that this spiderweb tree would be such an awesome use of the cocoon corpses. Hopefully, I can get them up there. It is a pretty large, tall tree, but if I can get this all decked out like I'm envisioning it, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And now that we are doing some outdoor spiderweb themed displays, it's likely that we might have a couple jumping spiders or maybe even the roaming spider I would really love to have going around on the driveway. So what does this mean for hallway number 1 now that I'm probably not going to be using 6 cocoon corpses in there like I told you guys? Well, it's pretty much up in the air at this point. We do have a couple ideas. We're not sure which one we're going to go with yet. One of them is to actually just make it be a bunch of helium balloons that are taped to the ground that you have to maneuver through just to kind of mesh it into the clown theme that is going to be in hallway number 2. The other idea is to maybe make a DIY spiderweb tunnel that also will incorporate jumping spiders and a lot of spider webs that are just stretched out to make it sort of a maze that you have to maneuver through, but likely no cocoon corpses. So those are the 2 primary ideas that we have right now. I think we're leaning towards doing the spider webs because although it wouldn't use the cocoon corpses, it would just kind of mesh into the spider web theme that we're going to have going on outside as well, and the roaming spider would also make more sense being on the driveway. Now, the one thing that is set in stone about hallway number 1 is the ticket booth jump scare that will be featured at the very end of the hallway, just before you enter into our clown hallway number 2. And for those of you that didn't see hallway number 1 concept art, all the ticket booth is going to be is a red and white striped ticket booth with a window from which a live actor is going to pop out. The window is going to be covered up with a slit black trash bag so that you can't see in initially, and the live actor is probably going to be wearing a clown mask or have some clown makeup, depending on how much time we have on Halloween night. I think it's going to make for an absolutely terrifying jump scare. On either side of that ticket booth are going to be some bunches of red balloons. They will be filled with helium and taped to the ground or weighted to the ground so that they stay in place. Now, after you are introduced to the clown hallway with the appropriate ticket booth, you will turn to your left and be met by Towering Clown. Now, this concept art image is a little bit inaccurate to where the Towering Clown is actually going to be. He's not really going to be facing you head on when you go straight down the hallway. He's going to be backed up against the corner where the dresser and the Terror TV was last year. Now, after you make a full left turn and you're actually headed straight down the hallway, you will have the Ferris wheel, which I have already done a build video on, to your left. The Ferris wheel will hopefully have some red LEDs going across it, and it is going to be backed up right against the wall on your left. As of now, it can't even support itself on its own, so it's probably going to have to be attached to the wall and supported with some plywood, but I think once we get that in there, it is going to be a really awesome accent to this hallway. Now, as you make your way to the back of the clown hallway, you will see the clown go round ground on your right and hugs the clown with his own stand backed up into the corner on the left. Now, you're probably just thinking that looks a little bit more like the seesaw clowns than the clown go-round, and that is correct. When I drew this photo, I thought I was going to be using the seesaw clowns, but I realized that they really aren't that large, and I think I'm underestimating the amount of space that I have. I don't want this hallway to become more empty than I want it to be. Now, I definitely still recommend the seesaw clowns for any sort of clown display. They are super awesome and creepy, but I realized that I could get the clown go-round for only like $20 more, and I think that it would utilize the space a little bit better and look super creepy continuously turning up against the end of that wall on the right. So I did go ahead and measure out the space before I ordered the clown go-round, and there should be enough space for people to maneuver fully around it. However, it is going to be pretty tight. So one thing that I also took into consideration is that the clown go-round isn't necessarily going to completely block people with the dimensions that it says it has, because you can just push right through one of the swings and it's not that big of a deal. And also it should be tall enough that most people can walk under it. So again, they could just push one of the swings out of their way. So with that in mind, there should be plenty of space for the clown go-round, and like I said, it is going to utilize the space even more and make it look more full in this hallway. So the last thing you will encounter in hallway number 2 is Hugs the Clown backed up in the left corner, and he will hopefully have his own stand that I am planning on making that will have spray painted on the bottom, step right up in the black light glowing spray paint. The stand itself will be painted with red and white stripes, and there will be a huge window through which Hugs the Clown will lunge out. Now, I'm hoping I can make this stand a little bit more three-dimensional as well and add sort of a ledge right underneath of Hugs where there could be a couple balloon animals or some popcorn or some other details that I could add on this ledge that would make it look even nicer. Now, if we choose not to do the balloons in hallway number 1 and do the spiders or whatever else we might have in mind, then it's possible that I might add some helium balloons attached to the ground in hallway number 2 that you have to push around, but that will just kind of depend on what the space is looking like after we get all of the props inside. Now, the one thing that I haven't addressed is the wall design for this hallway. Now, for those of you that follow me on Instagram, which, by the way, my Instagram will be linked in the description, you've probably already seen some of the progress photos that I posted a little while ago of me actually doing the paint for this clown hallway. So again, if you do want to go check those posts out, make sure you go ahead and check out my Instagram in the description. But you can kind of see how I drew this design here on the concept art. And basically what it's going to be is a white base coat with 3 different sizes of polka dots on top of it with 3 different colors as well. So very mix and matched. The 3 colors I chose to use were pink, green, and orange, but all were fluorescent and glow under a black light. So I can't wait to see how that turns out. There would definitely be a few black lights in this hallway. And I do actually already have all of those walls done, which I'm really happy about because I'm way ahead of last year when it comes to doing all of the paint and stuff. Of course, last year I didn't have all of the walls pre-made, but that definitely is going to take a huge weight off of my shoulders going forward. And I do already have the build of those walls filmed for my upcoming build video, which should be the next video that I'm releasing, but there's still a couple things that I want to add to that build video that I will hopefully be able to get done today. So I am super happy with how those walls turned out. I definitely think that it's going to look a little bit more abstract and unique than it would have if I ended up just doing red and white stripes, which was my initial thought, but I've used stripes quite a few times, and I think that it would just look kind of cliche and bland if I did that. So this polka dot idea came to me, and I definitely think that it is going to look super awesome in this hallway. And then there will be a lot of red and white stripe designs on top of it that's going to kind of contrast it. I think it's just all going to turn out absolutely perfect. So guys, that's about all I have to say for my hallway number 2 concept art. I am so glad I was able to get this video out for those of you that had been waiting for quite some time. And stay tuned because soon I will be releasing my second build video, which I think is going to be super exciting for you guys to see me paint these clown hallway walls and do some other walls and backdrops and stuff. It's going to be a super exciting one. And after that, you do have to look forward to all of Lost Her Ways videos, which I do have in the works right now. And it's looking like I'll hopefully be able to get those out on my every other day upload schedule that I've been trying my best to stick to these days. By the way, the clown go round that I was talking about earlier has already shipped to my house, but you probably won't be seeing videos on that for quite some time. I think it's probably going to be the last prop that I do upload videos on. I still haven't even unboxed it yet, but you do have those to look forward to in the far future. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and stay tuned and stay subscribed because there is so much to look forward to on the channel. Also, please let me know your thoughts on hallway number 2, the clown hallway, as well as leave me some ideas for the first hallway, because like I said, I do have some ideas on the table, but it's still pretty much up in the air, so I would love to see your guys' thoughts on that. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.